Just click all the sound. Our next segue will spin for my story.
Put my glasses on. All right. Okay. Let's have it.
It's your turn to make alliteration headline.
Alrighty.
My only story. It's not my first one. It's my only story. We're going to talk about this weird thing that's happening in a Shein store, where, and it's caused a lot of drama in France against Shein. I mean, if you're buying stuff from Shein, stop. Alex Kozelbright is who has this story here on Al Jazeera. French authorities have warned they may block market access to Chinese retailer Shein after it emerged that online fashion giant was selling sex dolls. Okay, that's weird. With disturbingly childlike appearance. Is this because they're Asian and they have Neoteny? For anybody who doesn't know, the reason why Asian people are like naturally cute is because they actually have something called Neoteny, which is young childlike features, right? They just have, that's just the genetically, because they're so homogenous genetically, they have childlike features. But I'm worried that this is racist from the French, which would not be surprising, right? Oh, your dolls look like children. They're based off of Chinese, which are childlike looking to begin with. Anyways, let's continue the story. Shein, which said the dolls were being sold by a third-party seller on its site, is scheduled to open its very first bricks and mortar inside the upmarket department store BHV in Paris this week. Last week, France's consumer watchdog, the Directorate General for Competition, Consumer Affairs and Fraud Control, DGCCRF, which is probably called something else in French, said it had discovered the dolls on Shein's website, noting that their description left little doubt as to their pedophilia. What did it say? Take this sex doll, childlike to your pleasure. I don't know, like, what do you mean? What did it say? What did the description say? The watchdog also fined Shein 40 million euros for what it called deceptive pricing practices and for overstating its environmental record. France's economy minister Roland Lexeux told BFM TV Monday, the 3rd of November, in cases involving terrorism, drug trafficking, or child pornographic material, the government has the right to request the access to the French market being prohibited. Frederic Merlin, president of Société des Grands Magasins, which owns BHV, called the sale of the dolls on Shein's platform indecent. Besides the sex doll scandal, Shein has also been facing criticism over its factory worker conditions and environmental impacts of cheap throwaway fashion products. I got this new dress. I'm going to wear it once and then it's going to fall apart. Wow, that was so sure useful. Tourism. I really need to see this sex doll scandal. I just don't want to... I want more details about the sex doll scandal. Like, I thought they were going to say what it actually said. But they didn't say... It was just like, it was obviously for pedophiles. But I'm like, they didn't say what
some weirdo got turned on by it, so they got to ban it, right?
Yeah. I was hoping they would quote what the description was, but I guess. Either way, what is Shein? For anybody who doesn't know what this is, founded in 2012 in China and now based in Singapore, Shein, which is privately owned by its founder and CEO Chris, has grown to become a global leader in fast fashion, whereby clothes are produced at a low cost and adapt quickly to trends, and they also are instantly created so quickly. The online retailer, which operates around 6,000 factories in China, in a specific village. There's a village that's literally known as the Shein City. It's just the whole factory employs everyone in that city. They all work there, and if they're not working there, they're working for the logistics. They're all connected to that factory. They mainly sell via a mobile app to customers and ship products to more than 150 countries. In 2024, Shein's global sales amounted to almost 38 billion Singapore dollars, or $9 US, up to 20% from the previous year. While it has operated pop-up shops in the past, Shein is due to open its first permanent outlet in Paris today, inside the BHV department store in the upmarket Maurice neighborhood. But a French petition opposing the opening has already collected 1,000 signatures. Despite building a global business, Shein has checkered labor and environmental record, with multiple investigations having uncovered troubling practices. 22, a Channel 4 investigation revealed that laborers at some of Shein's factories were working up to 75 hours per week. In 24, investigations by Swiss advocacy group Public Eye found that this was still the case 2 years later. 24, another report by Reuters revealed that the 2 suppliers in the company's fashion chain were children under the age of 16, though it did not reveal who the suppliers were and where they were located. According to another 24 report by the nonprofit World Benchmarking Alliance, Shein failed to meet basic standards on human rights and working conditions. For instance, the report found Shein supply chain mapping, identifying factories supply chain complete, reducing the transparency of Shein's conditions. Yeah, there's a sweatshop out there that they're not filing, right? They don't have it under their lists. That's the worst one to work at. On the environmental side, Shein factories manufacture up to 35,000 items, involving high water energy use, relying heavily on synthetic fibers and producing mass textile waste. Manufactures high use of virgin polyester, a synthetic fiber made from petroleum-based products, and oil produces approximately the same amount of carbon dioxide as 180 oil-fired power plants. And yet another reason to stop buying shit from Shein, according to the environmental nonprofit Changing Markets Foundation. In May this year, following a year-long investigation into Shein's business practices between 22 and 23, the DGCCRF also found that Shein had misled French customers about price reductions advertised on the site. The French government fined the fashion giant 40 million euros, $9 million, which Shein accepted because they make, yet again, $29 billion last year. You better start charging them billions in fines, not millions. Millions is like that's like, just take all the zeros off. $46. Here's pay us $46 for, lying to the people.
They have the money.
Here you go.
Yeah. Well, it'll help your local economy, right? Oh, yeah.
Several French fashion brands have withdrawn their products from BHV department store in protest. Julien Alcan, co-founder of the French footwear brand DG, told Le Monde there would be no sense being sold in the same shop as Shein, because they'll just undercut your prices, honestly, right? Why would I buy these expensive brand shoes when I could buy the same shoes for 20 euros and they'll fall apart in the next 3 weeks? The French bank pulled out of talks to buy the BHV 1 week after the announcement of Shein's arrival on October 1st. Paris City Hall also blocked plans for a rugby stadium in Paris logo. Elsewhere, Disneyland Paris abandoned plans to open a Christmas pop-up store in BHV and pulled out of designing window displays for the end of the year holiday, saying that conditions were no longer in place to accommodate events. In recent weeks, some BHV staff have also staged strikes and protests. But how has Shein responded to the sex doll scandal? French law grants authorities the power to remove illegal content such as images of child sex abuse from online platforms. Websites fail to imply that authorities can require service providers and search engines to block access to internet addresses. On November 1st, France's consumer watchdog, the DGCCRF, issued a formal notice instructing Shein to take urgent corrective measures to sex doll listing from its website or face a full ban from the French market. Shein responded with a statement saying it had banned all sex doll products from its website and had temporarily removed this adult products category altogether as a precaution. I didn't even know they sold adult products. This is crazy. Like lingerie adult products or like actual sex dolls. I had no idea they were manufacturing this. It's also said it had launched an internal investigation into products screening measures. The fight against child exploitation is non-negotiable for Shein, said Executive Chairman Donald Tang. He said the listings were from third-party sellers, but didn't say which ones or where they were based. He did state, "I take this personally. Trust is our foundation, and we will not allow anything that violates it," says the random corporate lingo. But child protection NGO Move and Full, which campaigns for an end to the violence against children, said Shein's actions were insufficient. On Monday, the 3rd of November, it staged a protest outside the BHV shopping complex in Paris. Protests against Shein aren't only about ethics. They're also intertwined with economic anxieties felt by Parisians retailers who are globally renowned for their fealty, heritage, and craftsmanship. The backlash against Shein, therefore, partly reflects a fear that global competition, particularly ultra-low-cost fast fashion retailers, could undercut domestic companies that adhere to these values and put out of business. June 2025 amendment to France's Green Industry Bill targeted fast fashion brands by curb textile waste. Shein was explicitly singled out. There's your story on the, I had no idea Shein was selling sex stuff news, and I still haven't found, I was still looking for like anything about like an image of the description or what it looks like. I mean, I'm looking at what I think is an image of the one, and it does look very childlike, but I was more curious about this description, right? He said the description is very obviously for pedophiles. Like,
all right.
There's nothing explained.
Well, I guess
here,
we don't have a picture then. So we can do the alliteration headline.
Just think of a childlike looking face and put it on a sex doll, and that's what they look like.
Anyway, alliteration headline. Paris proposes putting permanent prohibitions on pedo-perv plaything. That's got 8 P's. P-pop.
Boo!
Also,
Not
I wanted to point out,
things.
I always want to point out these politicians that want to declare things inappropriate. These politicians who want to declare things inappropriate remind me. Remind me the reason they think it's sexually inappropriate is because they get turned on by it. That's what I say every damn time they think. And it reminds me of 1984 when MTV banned, you might have heard of this, MTV banned a video by Queen because they were cross-dressing. Like Freddie Mercury wearing a dress, Roger Taylor wearing a dress, and they're ironing. And, you know, the whole band is wearing, you know, cross-dressing. MTV banned it for whatever reason. They made up a reason. But what actually happened is an executive at MTV got turned on by Roger Taylor dressing up. He got so excited he thought it was a woman. And somebody told him that's a man, and he lost shit and banned the video. That's actually what happened. So, once again, if you're getting turned on by it, you're gonna ban it because it turns you on. It's like, so what? It turns you. That's your issue, dude. Nobody else's. Nobody else has that issue. Just you. Maybe they do, but they're not going crazy over it. They're just going, yeah, look, he makes a nice looking woman. I can admit that. Anyway, there's your little quick, not so quick commentary on the.
Well, supposedly these sex dolls are. I found the sex doll on the U.S. website, and they are sold out. So I guess they're very popular.
Be worth something someday, right? Hey, remember this? Remember the sex dolls? Who knows? Who knows? People are weird. So yeah, let's do a spin. I got one more story.
I'm not here to kink shame. Let's roll our next segue.
That's still the funniest thing in history is that they banned a video for cross-dressing and all things. Like, what
I'm
the hell is
personally
wrong
not
with MTV?
a believer in the kind of pipeline logic, right? You know, like the idea that if you smoke weed, you're going to do heroin, right? And there's an idea that if you get a sex doll and you're a pervert, you're obviously going to just move on to doing that to real children.
Of course.
Right? There's the idea. I don't believe in that idea. I don't think that's real. But I'm not a psychologist. Maybe there's studies on that to see if there's an actual pipeline to, you know, becoming a pedophile because you have a sex doll.
All I know is that 1984 is the appropriate year for that to happen. Oh my God! Somebody on TV is doing something that's not exactly kosher in a music video of all things. Ooh, you know.